It's September 23rd, 2012, and you just happen to be watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard. Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty.
I can hear you groaning
Oh, yeah.
inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 350 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Breesy. Hello, Breesy.
Hello.
Hello, and also we have with us today Welshy. Good morning, Welshy.
Hello.
We have with us Stryder. Hello, Stryder.
Guten Tag.
And also we have Ham. Hello, Ham.
Konnichiwa.
So, before we begin this very multilingual edition of Mods on Air, let me remind you all that this show is recorded before a live audience, of which you may be a part. You can listen in and message about the topics as we discuss them. For the topics that we discuss, someone will post a relevant URL into the chat window, and the other links that are posted by other people, other than ourselves, will lead you to very nefarious places. And finally, those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes in every language. Okay.
Well, don't promise that.
It's a challenge to you guys. That's what it is. I know.
We're going to do the rest of the show in Pig Latin.
Pig, no, we're not. So yeah, we have a bunch of topics. I didn't think we were going to have a lot to talk about until I looked at all the notes I made over the week. Well, there was actually a lot that went on.
What a liar. He made all these notes last night in a drunken stupor. So if these topics don't make sense.
No. Only half of them were made in a drunken stupor. The others were made during the week while busy at work, not paying attention to what I should be paying attention. No, actually.
That's why you have so much problems.
That's what I go daddy with it.
That's why GoDaddy went down. Okay, so let's start off with something that could be interesting here. There's a little bit of a talk of what's going on with Half-Life 3, which may or may not be true at all. Probably not true at all. But there's a French site thinking of how it's from France.
Is that the official?
There is no official logo. This just happens to be pretty close
It looks
to it.
pretty
Because
official.
they saw people at PAX in Half-Life 3 shirts, did it?
Yeah. Dude, I saw that. There's 3 just complete freaks wandering around. Yeah, I saw them.
Trolls.
PAX trolls.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so there is a claim that Half-Life 3 may actually be under development, and it may be expected sometime after 2013, after next year. So, like by 2030, we should see Half-Life 3.
I just kind of ignore all these, particularly since how easy it was for us to put Half-Life 3 shirts on and wander around and people go, is that real? And you just like, oh my god, you know,
Absolutely
it's just
freaking out, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, just ignore everything.
It's like one of the biggest, easiest trolling lures in the industry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of course it is.
It's just nothing to go off of. It's just people claiming what they think to be the case.
Well, the lead journal of Gamer magazine in France has claiming that it is supposed to be in development.
Yeah, whatever. By who?
If you want to
Is this-
trust those Frenchies.
I mean, the thing was there was they were going on about Black Mesa and how once the Black Mesa was released finally, like because it was on hold forever, that they would have an announcement about Half-Life 3 shortly thereafter, but not gonna buy into that.
No, is Half-Life 3 going to end up coming to us? I actually think no now.
I don't think so. You know what? Like Whisker Star says, it's kind of, it was cool in the 90s.
Yeah.
Or the 80s.
Here's the other thing is, yeah, the 80s. It's kind of like, no matter what Valve does, no matter how much effort they put into, if they were to ever release this game, it's kind of not going to live up.
Oh yeah,
to what
it'll
people
be
expect.
full of haters.
Yeah, so why, you have to think, well, when Valve would be kind of stupid to make it. I mean, it'd be a huge. So why do it? It's like, well, we won't do it then.
So is there? I mean, I guess that almost begs the question: is there a point where things can reach so much hype, like that level, where it's like, it's just not worth doing anymore? It's too hype.
Yeah, and I think it has.
Yeah, it should become a mod, just like some people are trying to do. It should make a Half-Life 3 mod, and that should be the end of it.
Half-Life 3 MMO.
I don't think Valve would even allow it, though. I don't think they would allow anybody to do it. Would they? I mean, Valve lets people do anything, but would they let them make a Half-Life 3 mod? I don't know. They
Probably not.
They would, and then they'd claim it.
Yeah.
For their
They
own.
simulate.
Well,
Didn't Black Mesa have to change the name? I thought at a certain point, Valve was
I
like,
think
"Look,
you're right.
guys, you got to change the name."
Yeah, I think you're right. And
So-
Whisker Stars is right. They should just keep doing episodes, but that's long gone. They did that for a year, big deal, and then goodbye to the episodes. I think they could have made a lot of money on it, and I think we would have all enjoyed it if they did it right. The same rant that I had 100 years ago when they started doing episodes, I have right now. Episodes should be made beforehand, just like television episodes. They should like put together 12, 13 episodes all ready to go and release one like every week or every 2 weeks or something, so that we can keep going back to the story and we don't lose track of where we are, and we get excited for the next one to come out and pay for it and go and play it.
Wasn't that Sin episodes?
Sin episode?
That was one of them.
Yes, it was.
But in a way, that's what Half-Life was doing itself. It was kind of putting out episodes. It was 1, 2, 3. We were expecting them in a group, almost like episodes. We had 1, we had 2, and then put on the brakes. No 3.
I think they should do what you said. They should have kind of made the entire season, so to speak. But they also, I don't think they had in place fast content creation. You got to be able to like produce content in a really rapid manner.
That's where you're wrong. That's where I say they should
No?
all be made beforehand. You should not try and produce it during that week. You should make the entire series. You can refine the series as they're being released, but you should have it all done, just like a television series. Well, a good television series.
Shit.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
A good
I
television
kind of hope they
series.
don't make it.
Yeah.
They just put the effort into a new game.
Yeah. At this point, you're right. I don't want them to make it now. It would. There's just this, like somebody else pointed out earlier, Duke Nukem, Red Troll pointed that out. It's too much hype. It can never live up to it anymore. It's too late. Yeah. All right. So there's also a whole bunch of other stuff going on over there in Valve territory. There is something going on with Left 4 Dead 2 Steam Workshop. They're going to be incorporating some Left 4 Dead 2 stuff with the workshop. It is going to be an expanded scripting tool for those of you who want to, script.
I've got so many Left 4 Dead campaign ideas, but not enough work ethic to get them done.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
very similar.
Does anybody else feel that Left 4 Dead 2 or the whole Left 4 Dead series is a little bit old for you to start making chapters?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
whatever you want to call them?
No, man, I think there's still some great ideas left. I just refuse
Well,
to
there might-
get them started.
Go on,
I
Fred.
don't disagree that there's some good ideas left and that there's things that still could be done with it. However, I think that series played itself out, and Left 4 Dead 2 to me was a big letdown.
Yeah.
Because everything that they did or released with Left 4 Dead 2 should have just been free DLC from Left 4 Dead 1. But they jumped on that paid DLC bandwagon, and that pissed me right off and kind of wrecked the fun I was having with Left 4 Dead.
That's a good point.
And at the time when they released Left 4 Dead 2, I believe we all said it. Everything that was released was, or should have just been, an add-on free DLC or even a reduced price DLC. There was no reason to call it Left 4 Dead 2 and make you pay for an entirely new title when all it was some DLC. There was no changes to it. There was some maps and characters. So exactly. Call it an expansion pack. But
they could charge for it, just probably not full price.
Yeah. But yeah, charging $50 or $60, whatever it was money grubbing, and it just, I don't know, it soured my opinion of it.
Not the worst kind of money grubbing though. There have been much worse cases than this.
I think, haven't they released every piece of content for Left 4 Dead 1? It's been re-released and put into Left 4 Dead 2 now. Like, so there's literally no reason to buy Left 4 Dead 1.
I don't know. I stopped caring. Really.
Yeah, I really do kind of wonder how many people are still playing Left 4 Dead 2 right now, or Left 4 Dead 1, anything in the Left 4 Dead series. I'm sure there are people playing it. Just is there enough of a community out there for you to start making content and building a name for yourself? You know what? If you're trying to build a portfolio and you're not really trying to get a big following behind you, you could do that. You could use Left 4 Dead 2 for that. But remember, you're not going, because of this lack of following, you're not going to have developers when you go to the development studio and say, look at all the stuff we have. Just like a band, a musical band, they're going to be like, well, how many people are really playing it? If there was like 1 million people playing it, they'd be like, wow, look at this, you know. Their eyes would be much wider, and they'd their palms would be out saying, come on, work for us. A little bit more.
I think you get a good campaign, people will come back. Everybody already owns it, just about.
Yeah, but that's like saying if you release a good campaign for Portal, people are going to play it, and it's going to draw all these people back to Portal. It's not, because it's lacking replayability right now. I mean, one thing that I did enjoy was the multiplayer, playing as the infected against the humans. It was, you know, that added a little bit of longevity to it. But I mean, that was in Left 4 Dead 1. It was just not. It was not a good title. It was not a franchise with longevity. Like, you're not going to see a Left 4 Dead 3. There should have never been a Left 4 Dead 2. A Left 4 Dead 1.5, maybe. But you know, the Left 4 Dead 2, you're not going to see a 3. You're not going to see a 4. It's not a franchise title with longevity.
That's a good point. There's a lack of replayability inherent in its formula. It's just, you can't really replay it after too many times.
You like that one, Stryder, from Morpheus?
That's
Valve
good, yeah.
Count to 3.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah. Well, there's also some other stuff going on in the workshop for Steam, or Steam Workshop. There is some Killing Floor stuff out there, so if you're looking for some more stuff to play with Killing Floor, you know, you can head over to Steam Workshop and see what people are putting together. Is that the kind of thing? I don't know. You know what? Killing Floor is great, and I really kind of look forward to it come Christmas time, I think. It just feels like one of those Christmas titles that you have to play, and it's a lot of fun.
With the ginger bitches and the...
Yeah.
And no matter
Fat
what
Santas.
time of year it is, they're still dicks. There's you can get Killing Floor and Heroes of Stalingrad 2 or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that on Steam sale right now for 75% off or some shit.
Both
Speaking of Red Orchestra, they're coming out with a like a sort of a brief expansion type mod for that, actually. That expands it to Pacific region, so like Americans versus Japanese.
Specific region.
Specific.
Specific.
Specific time.
Specific.
No, I'm pretty sure it's specific. Like, it's on specifically at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, this time, yeah.
They just changed the spotlight, so now I don't know. When we were playing this morning, it was on the spotlight.
Well, for those of you looking for some Killing Floor stuff to play along with, there are 113 entries in the Killing Floor Steam Workshop there. So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We tried special maps Killing Floor before, and it ended horrible. Though.
It did. We tried about 20 of them one night, and well, it killed an hour or two.
Killed a lot of time.
Nearly killed us.
There was some really bad.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, some of them it was like, I don't even see where you're going with this. This is just shit. Usually you can kind of say, you know what? I appreciate the fact that you've gone to the time to do this. I see where you're going with it. It's a little bit not polished, but there was some duck. There was some downloadable duck.
All right, so there's also some news going on with Steam Greenlight. They're saying that there's about almost 3,200 games posted since it was launched, and
I'm wondering what the fucking point of this Steam Greenlight is.
Really,
I think it's
movies, right?
Steam Greenlight?
Isn't I'm thinking of the movie maker. Yeah, never mind. Go on.
What?
Wow,
No,
good research, drunken man.
Yeah. No. This is for greenlighting the new games and indie stuff.
Yeah.
Go on.
But it's not helping anybody do anything. They're not publishing games unless they're the ones that Steam wants to publish or Valve wants to publish. Well, the community's got almost no say in it, so I don't quite get what it is.
Who here has gone to stream Greenlight pages more than twice?
I greenlighted stuff for about an hour this morning, actually.
But have you ever been there before?
But yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to try to make a habit of greenlighting for like a half an hour to an hour every Sunday.
Yeah, but see, so what is the point?
Well, the point is to not necessarily that you're voting something onto Steam, but necessarily, or more so that you're voting things into the approval team's peripheral. Like you're bringing it to their attention to say, hey, a lot of people would like to buy this game. Maybe we should check it out.
That's very nice of you, Ham, to think that your voice actually counts, just like voting in the, in the U.S. here.
I like that because we're clearly like the British. Oh yeah, like Ruffler's here. Yeah, you keep thinking. Well done. So we know our votes don't count.
I've been there once, and that was to get on the recoil beta.
Right.
So you did it because you were bribed to.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I've only been there once myself, to the Steam Greenlight pages, to see what it was about, what was going on, who was on there. But I don't necessarily feel like I can make a difference. I still feel like somebody bigger than me is in control.
It's, I mean, I think you made a great point.
Pretty big.
It is like the election process. Like, you don't really make a difference. You just kind of let somebody know. It's like, hey, I'd like it if you were to consider this guy. But no, you're not actually making the call, though. No.
I definitely feel like I have.
That's like family members going on and subscribing to Facebook pages of their family and friends. You know, how much are they really doing? Because it's not advertising. Fuck all. So you're not actually getting anything out there unless you actually go looking for it.
True.
So if you don't know what you're looking for, like, that's why I don't quite understand what it's doing. If it had a little pop-up on the store page every time, like, these are the top 10 things in the Greenlight list right now, it would draw more people in. But all there is there's this green square with a whole bunch, 10 games that Steam has already approved, with a big banner across it. Steam Greenlight, go here. No thanks. I'm logged into Steam because I'm going to play a game, not to, do some social media networking.
Mm-hmm. So it's the Google philosophy where they put together a social network and then say, all right, everybody, here it is, and then never mention it again.
It's like a field of dreams. If we build it, they will come. And nobody shows up.
They're already coming for something else. You're trying to get them to impulse purchase.
Yeah. At least with Kickstarter, I feel like I have more of a say. Well, here's some money, it increases, and maybe it goes somewhere, or it doesn't. But
I mean, even Kickstarter, you heard the shit that's happening on Kickstarter now, or allegedly happening.
Oh yeah.
With the publishers trying to bribe developers to use their vessel, I guess, to get these Kickstarters going, because these publishers are actually losing out money on these Kickstarter projects.
Right.
I like that because it's clearly the publishers have realized, like, that's why they've gone over there, because we keep, raping their money, making crap, and yeah, it's like, Kickstarter, we should probably like get some people back because we're gonna lose all our money.
Yeah, but there's you read this thing? Did you read this article that I have here on our notes here for the publishers? What publishers are doing? There are people out there trying to make some games and saying, all right, listen, we have this idea for a game. We really want to get it published. Perhaps this publisher that they're talking about will do it for us. We don't have a lot of games in our arsenal here, so perhaps you will still fund us since we have this great idea, and here's all the information. The publisher will turn around and say, well, here's what we think you should do. We think you should sign up for Kickstarter and get a whole bunch of people to give you money so that you can get the game made. And then what we'll do is we'll turn around and we'll say, all right, everybody, you can buy it now, and we'll be your publisher. We'll put our name on the bottom. And then, however, we'll own your game. We'll own the intellectual property, the IP of your game, and there you go. We'll consider it published. Well, at that point, if people are going on Kickstarter, what's the point of having the publisher?
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly my point right there. It's somebody at whatever publisher unnamed, we won't point the fingers.
If I had to guess,
I have some
EA
guesses.
and Activision.
Yeah.
What about THQ?
I don't think THQ
there's some
is
really good game ideas.
Yeah.
THQ. Well, maybe, but I honestly think it's EA and Activision because their farm of repeating titles that they've got. I was going to start slagging, but I'll keep it not slagging. That they farm out the same title every year with different flashy things and different awards, and it's the same fucking game that it was 6 years ago or more. They keep popping these pieces of turd out, and people keep buying them, and they're starting to realize, you know what, I'm paying more money this year by $10 or $5, whatever it is, than I paid last year. And they've done nothing. What am I doing? So people are starting to look, like Welshy said, they're starting to look to Kickstarter for these indie games where there's games that are on Kickstarter or that are indie published without Kickstarter that are a damn sight better than some of the AAA titles that are coming out.
Madden, yeah, Madden is a perfect example actually, because it is literally the same game with different shirts.
Yeah, Madden, NHL, NBA, all the sports games are really there's no. I mean, how much more innovation can you fucking have in a sports game?
Not that.
There's no answer to that because there isn't.
The only one that actually makes a kind of conscious effort is FIFA. But even there, it's kind of like, you
fucking go so soccer whore. There's no.
Just because we've got a game you don't understand.
Yeah. You know what? Run around kicking other people's balls. Go ahead. It's the same. Game. It's the same thing, buddy. You call it. You want to say FIFA's different. You're sounding now like a fanboy.
No, I'm not saying it's different. I'm just saying they try and make an effort to make a difference, and they really don't.
How can you? You can't. It's ball physics. That's dirty.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, make it so that you can dive. If someone kicks the ball and you can dive and fall down and try and draw yellow cards and red cards
I think you
green
could
cards
like them.
Oh, there you go. See, realism mod.
Yeah.
Well, this is pretty unfortunate though. This whole thing with publishers are really doing this because it means that as an indie developer, you are literally on your own. Even whenever you make this great game, this great idea that people love, when you want to get it out there, you can't. You probably can't rely on most of the publishers out there to do it for you anymore. Because the publishers, what they were good at was having contacts and having the ability to get your name out there and spread the word a little bit better than just you alone. So yeah, you're going to be better off going to Kickstarter, and if you can create a buzz through Kickstarter, and then keeping that buzz going through development until the game is complete, you would be better off just doing it on your own. So what we need are some more indie publishers that are willing to stick their necks out a little bit.
Paradox.
Reverb.
Personally. Reverb.
Yeah, Paradox and Reverb Publishing are Reverb, I believe, is publishing Recoil,
I think,
and
yeah.
I believe they are also publishing Natural Selection. No,
No,
I'm lying. They're
Natural
not Natural
Changes.
Selection. Primal Carnage.
Oh.
And that was the great
as
thing
well
about
as-
Kickstarter is the fact that a lot of these games wouldn't have ever even been put into production, let alone completed, without, because you take that to a publisher, it's like, oh no, well, it's not really a franchise, we can't hype and market the crap out of it and make 17 sequels.
Yeah.
You
Big
laugh, but
publishers.
yeah, it's true.
You know what? And that's one of the nice things about PAX is they've got that indie corner where indie developers can go and show off their wares, show off their ideas and thoughts, and
Well,
their
like,
product.
Look how big Natural Selection's booth
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
For an indie game.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference, because the indie corner that Stryder is talking about allows you not to have to pay the kind of money you would for a full booth. Lets you join in with some other groups to get to show your game off, which, you know, at first I want to say is not the best idea, because you, with a full booth, you really get the exposure. However, you know, the ideal situation, if you have no money, starts off with, you joining forces with a bunch of indie people and sitting in a interesting little square showing your game. Number two, sign up with EVGA or some hardware company that is willing to sponsor you for it so that they show off their equipment, showing off your game on their equipment. Or three, if you really can afford it, to have a booth. But remember, if you really want to show it off, don't just try one show, try multiple shows. Look what Recoil was doing. They were at every single possible show for 2 years. But they also had sponsorships.
And what I'm going to say about that is Recoil also created their own community buzz.
Yeah.
And that's, I think that is more what the publishers are feeling, is that there's a community buzz out there that they have absolutely no control over. So now rather than the publisher getting to say, you know what, we're going to create this big buzz and this Hollywood release shit around our title, our franchise. This already exists, and we have no control over it. Now the ball is in the developer's court, not in the publisher's court. And the developer can say, you know what, your offer sucks. We're just going to do it on our own. And now the publishers, they don't like that because they don't get to control the money. They want to control the money. They want to make all the money and trickle some down through to you, the developer. Whereas if you're a developer that has a giant following already, people chomping at the bit to play this game, which, you know, I'm not saying that's the case with Recoil, but they've created their own market. There's people that want to play that game and are really looking forward to it. The publishers now have to concede certain probably dollar values to publish that.
I think I'm trying to think what the advantage of going through a publisher is nowadays, and it's if you want an exceptional marketing budget, and if you want to release your game in multiple countries, that's in multiple languages, having the funding to translate your game. But those are like the two biggest things.
You can do that you can do that digitally through Steam. You can distribute worldwide on Steam and localization. It's just a matter of paying someone to translate.
True. Good counterpoint.
And if you had a good enough
Counter-Strike.
community, you could if you had a good enough community, you could probably actually get people from that community to translate it for you.
Yeah, you get the community involvement.
Yeah.
And if example, you get Recoil, you get if you take Recoil and they've got a following in, I don't know, Uzbekistan. You know, I don't even know if they got computers in Uzbekistan, but you know, someone there is going to say, you know what, I'm all for this game. How can I help? Well, tell us what this word means in your language, and you know, I'll localize this game for you, because that's what really all localized content is someone has sat down and fucking translated it.
Minecraft does that, I think.
There's another good example that they created their own buzz and hype.
They did.
I still don't get it.
Actually, no, I don't want to jump over that. All right, let me jump over to some other topics that we have here, talking about some of these games that are coming out like through Steam, Steam Greenlight and stuff like that. This one is called Anodyne. Now, these are the kind of games that we're actually seeing coming out of the Greenlight, coming out of the indie area. These are the games that we're seeing when we go to PAX in this indie corner. This kind of stuff, I think. And I was sure I had a video of it. Oh, that's just because I went too far. Yeah. Okay. Oh, let's turn down the volume so I don't hurt some of your ears. I know Stryder can't hear it anyways. Okay, Anodyne. This is supposed to be a throwback adventure game, and you can definitely tell it is old school.
Oh wow!
And this is the kind of thing that you're gonna, yeah, like Zelda. Now this is the sort of the kind of thing that you're gonna see coming out of Greenlight. These kind of games, especially right off the bat. Will we see something else come out of there that's more professional, more like the first-person shooters, more like Tripwire's Killing Floor? I have to say no, we're not going to see that, and the reason is because those people that have the ability to make those kind of games also have the know-how to get the game out there on their own without having to go through these Greenlight processes. Maybe they'll throw it up on Greenlight, but they probably won't push it so hard through Greenlight. They'll do it somewhere else.
But look at Recoil. I mean, Recoil's a first-person shooter. It's multiplayer only.
Are they on Greenlight?
They're on Greenlight.
Yeah.
Okay. Does
They're trying to get approved on Greenlight.
Oh, they're trying. They're not even approved yet.
No. But like that's what they're shooting for, is to get. And see, that's the thing. Greenlight. Oh, join Greenlight. Put your thing on Greenlight. Oh, Greenlight. What the fuck is it doing? Right. So I voted up on Greenlight. Now it's sitting at 95% or 99%. 99% of what? What's required, or what's for, what are we voting for?
Here's the thing, though. Greenlight does not mean that Steam's traditional approval process has gone away. Like, you can still submit your game directly to the approval team. So I'm almost certain that Recoil's gone up on Greenlight for Buzz, and they've actually submitted the game the formal way to Steam. They'd be silly not to. It's a let's get exposure type thing.
Right, that's it. That's what they win. They don't win anything except more exposure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that kind of exposure, Breesy.
Got him all excited then.
That's why I was being quiet.
All right, we have. Now, there's another game out there that's been released on Steam. However, I don't think this.
Ew.
I don't think this game is released through Greenlight. It's just released on Steam by itself. It's called Anna. Now I'm bringing this up because it is kind of an indie game, and now I'm going to forget the name of that. Amnesia. Kind of Amnesia style, where it's supposed to be a little bit scary, and I have to jump like.
You're going to forget the name of Amnesia. That's funny.
A little bit ironic.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we have this $10 game called Anna. Now this is a game, I think we actually tried to mention that Anna was being put together and talked a little bit about it like months and months ago. Is it a good game? I don't know. I haven't tried it out yet. What?
That symbol on the wall, is that the symbol for Razor?
I think
they've shown it a couple times now.
I see eyes on the wall.
No. There's
that one?
Glowing symbol there. Yeah.
It's very similar,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't think it's the same.
Similar, yeah.
I mean, it looks a little bit like
goes
the
outwards.
Biohazard symbol as well, but.
So there's a review
Yeah.
for Anna, and this was the end of July. I recall reading it, and it said it was pretty much passable. Wasn't that great?
What? Oh, okay. It wasn't that great. All right, well, that's a shame. I think it's a shame for indie developers to not do as well as they can.
I'll read just the first sentence of the last paragraph in this review, and it says, "For all of its failings, Anna is an interesting game." So,
All right.
make of that what you will.
Yeah.
That being said, if you're an indie developer and you release your first game and it doesn't do as well, don't freak out and be like, oh, we gave up. because
slit your
you have to make a
wrists.
few crappy games. Yeah.
On the other hand, you have mods out there doing amazingly well, and they're not making any money off of these mods. They're just putting together, and people are playing it. Like, here's one, for example, that is playing on, I believe it is a Just Cause 2 multiplayer game. And yeah, it is Just Cause 2 multiplayer. It's a project that they put together. It is a level, a massively multiplayer level with, they had 1,800 people on the same single map playing this. Just 2 guys from Australia put this together. Doesn't take a lot of people to put these mods out. Here you go. What is this?
There's Jerry.
Is this the same multiplayer video? I don't think this is the same multiplayer video, but I wanted to show you a picture of of somebody that put together a Just Cause 2 multiplayer thing and what it looks like in the game. So yeah, you can have like up to 1,800 people in this, and it still plays. They're saying that it's like 400 square miles, this one map.
I gotta say, that's gonna like invite some Uber lag.
You would think. I don't know. Could just be a lot of clipping. You never see the people that kill you.
Ever. Despite them
You're all on the
standing
same
in front of
team, so
you.
there is no spawn killing. There's only one enemy you gotta kill, and you gotta find him.
They say that it took about 700 hours to put this project together. Is that what that thing says?
Yeah, so that's about a month without sleep.
They reverse engineered the engine to see how it all works and then put together this map, which I wonder how true that is, but it's possible. But do something innovative and you can end up with stuff like this.
I've heard nothing
Name
but
out
great
there.
things about it.
Is he surfing down the highway on the top of an RV?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, yes.
Another reason why I didn't like this game.
They should have Pipeline playing.
While being shot at.
I hope there's not like a lobby chat in that, because that would be horrible.
No, you try and
Kind of
follow
see the
that.
chat.
There's a chat
Try
on
and
the
follow
side.
chat.
There is a chat in there and it's moving, but not that fast.
All 1,800 people can't chat at once.
Maybe it's localized.
Probably.
Exactly.
Could be. Okay.
American stalker.
So
Yeah, exactly. You get to where you got to go, you get shot in the head, and you spawn way back where you started, and you got to parachute in on top of this RV and surf there all the way again. No wonder you can have 1,800 players in there.
Okay, so if you're looking to do more than just a mod, you want to try putting together a game, there are other options. We talk about them all the time, but here's another one that we haven't mentioned in a long time. Garage Games putting together this Torque 3D game engine. We haven't mentioned it in a while because they disappeared, they closed shop, and now they are back open on GitHub. So if you
GitHub.
which basically means open source. Go for it. Have at it.
Yeah. Torque was really limited, though, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was very limited because Torque eventually had the ability to produce to the PC, to mobile, and I think even possibly consoles. Was it limited
Ergo limited. Anytime that you can publish something to three. Well, I'm not going to say less, but you've got one. If you're publishing to console and handhelds, you shouldn't be using that same engine for your PC because you're limiting your PC development. That's a cheap-ass port.
I guess. Yeah. It's only
This looks like the die on your head game.
It kind of does, but it has some nice looking water, decent looking trees. It has physics.
Well, if it's free, I guess it's worth maybe looking into.
Yep, check out the demo, fool around with it. I don't know what it's going to cost you if you want to actually start making money off of it, but you can definitely jump on it and start working with it. I mean, if you put something together that you and your friends
For Windows
really enjoy.
XP and higher.
then throw it onto a Kickstarter and really.
So it's
see where it goes.
DX9.
Yeah, it is. It's not new. It's a little bit older than some of the others. Yeah. Okay. So, how about going back into some politic talk, huh? Apparently,
Really?
yeah. Let's talk a little bit about how Obama is once again advertising his campaign in video games. Here he is.
Obama! God.
Yeah. Telling you to vote now, vote for Obama. He did this. Apparently, he did the same thing in 2008. I think they said 2008 when he was a runner. Yep. He used to do ads in 2008. I think I have an ad here somewhere. If you wanted to see.
I just remember Barack the vote. That's all I remember.
Barack. Oh, that's clever.
But yeah, you can't get away from it.
What are you going to do with Romney? Vote for me!
See? Check out these ads if you can. I'm going to rewind a little bit. Here you are in a driving game. These are all EA games, of course. Here he is driving along, and there's a big banner on the side of the road. Or here you are playing some basketball game, and it's there. Oh, football.
Thanks to a 39-year-old gamer in Iowa who posted these pictures to a popular gaming forum. The move
This is crazy.
I'm not surprised. This is. I think we're going to see a lot more of this as time goes on. We're going to see a lot more annoying ads inside of these games.
Yeah, because those are, you know what? I consider those unobtrusive ads, and I don't mind those.
But it's going to get bad with these free-to-play games when people start saying, "I need more money."
Yes. Oh, I'll put Coca-Cola in there, and Pepsi, and Miller and Bud. There's going to be a whole bunch of placement whores, or placement pimps that will whore out every corner of their game, which that becomes obtrusive, and 10 to 1 I won't play games like that. They'd have to be damn ass fun. Which I don't think.
We were worried way back with Battlefield 2142. That's when EA really started to push their in-game advertising. We were worried.
There was that one billboard, wasn't there?
Yeah, but it didn't get bad. You know, it was just a billboard that I hardly ever noticed. So, okay, I can handle that. You want to throw it up there? You want to throw a special Coca-Cola machine somewhere that has advertising on it or something? I don't mind. But if you stop my game in the middle, or you do a cutscene to an advertisement, press here to skip this ad in 30 seconds.
Yes.
Then I will start getting angry.
Instant quick game refund required.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then there's also talk coming from Sony how they're working on their game PlanetSide 2, and how they are still doing with this free to play.
Can we get Star Wars?
Advertising gone wrong. Yes.
Star Wars 2: The Next Penetration.
Please refer to our
think I've got that,
beginning
yes,
and end of the show. Yep.
Star Wars 3: New Hope.
A New Hole.
Okay.
All right, Welshy, it's your turn.
The Empire Strikes Back. That was two things.
Yeah, it wasn't as funny as ours, though.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My porn-based Star Wars puns are a little bit light this morning.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
What tear to my eye?
There you go. Attack of the Boners. That's better than Welsh.
Yeah. Okay, so Sony is trying to push their whole PlanetSide 2 thing, talking about how it's free to play and how they're not going to ruin the game by making people pay for their upgrades to be better than everybody else, even though they kind of a little bit are. I have no faith in Sony when it comes to.
That's not a
public.
picture of Planet.
No, I was just going to say that.
No, that's
Looks
not.
like
You're right.
Borderlands, not PlanetSide.
Yep, there's PlanetSide.
I was going to say, wow, PlanetSide looks pretty much like Borderlands.
I clicked it too far. So, yeah, I just don't trust Sony with their stuff. I think Sony has a something's wrong with their marketing department, or they're in all of their departments. You know, think of their PlayStation where it keeps getting hacked, and then they're like, okay, sorry, we fixed it, and then it's hacked again and down for 3-4 weeks, and then it's like, what are you guys doing? and then they're getting hacked through their website. That's affecting their online play, and then I don't know, PlanetSide 2 comes along, and then they're going to try and push this, and they're saying, look, it's everybody's going to enjoy it, but then it's
How
gonna
are they
turn around
any
and
different
fall
than
apart.
Xbox 360? How are they any different than Microsoft, period?
They've
You
got
know,
a different
for-
slogan.
They've got a different slogan.
Yeah.
That shit's important.
I feel like Microsoft has a better ability to repair holes than Sony does. I think Sony repairs things but doesn't actually fix the problem. They just fix the
Microsoft
issue.
breaks shit when they repair shit, guaranteeing them the fact that they're going to have to fix something else, giving them the opportunity to break something else, which in turn gives them the opportunity to fix something else and break something else. The continuous cycle.
Okay.
Gives them a better reputation as a fix-it company.
There you go. Microsoft, we can fix it. You fucks it, we fix it.
Oh, that's
There's
the
your
slogan.
slogan. Yeah. Well, what
I don't
about
think.
Go on.
I saw an interesting article midweek, and I don't recall where I saw it, but basically it was someone within Microsoft in their marketing area, and they had said that they more felt that Microsoft was not going to be a force with Windows or operating systems in the future. They're looking at releasing all development on Xbox 360 and putting all their eggs in that basket, and moving away from Windows.
Well, that's a very good idea to move away from Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Windows with Windows 8 coming out, why would you want to put a game out on that?
yeah, but the thing is you're going to move away from operating systems.
Yeah. Well, look what Nvidia's here is saying. Now, this is obviously just speculation, but Nvidia is turning around and saying that in the future, after this next gen of consoles, being the next Xbox and the next PlayStation, and after that, what we're going to end up seeing is a loss of consoles. In other words, we're just going to see a bunch of machines that run out of the cloud. So we'll have the Microsoft cloud. Xbox will be the cloud. So whatever you want to play on, you play on it. It'll be your console, it'll be your PC, whatever. Everybody is connecting to the same online interface.
December 21st, 12 o'clock, the cloud became self-aware.
Right. That kind of But I definitely see this as a great possibility. What Nvidia
I
is
don't.
saying. You don't think that it's going to just become cloud gaming?
No.
Cloud gaming?
No, I think cloud-based gaming is horrible.
Oh, I don't think it's a great idea, but I think it's going to happen.
Well, I mean, let's think about it. So we've got the next generation of consoles coming out, and those are going to be around for 5,
10 years.
maybe 10 years. Yeah, and after that, by that time, high-speed internet is ubiquitous. You can't keep putting so much power into these small boxes and expecting it to be a reasonable price. They might as well just have everything streamed from a server.
Right. They can throw it into your television set just to be an app. You can play it on your tablets. You can play it on your PC. You can play it on your console. Everything is in one basket on its way to hell. But it's all there, all together. No more ports. Just one port for everything.
Yeah,
Just
Whore
one
port.
Big suck.
Yeah, one big basket of suck is what that's going to turn out to. You're going to stifle all
will.
creativity. Who's going to produce these games? Who's going to create these games? Because you're going to destroy all creativity. I mean, we've already tainted an entire generation of these consolians that figure everything is owed to them, and they get this Call of Duty that they think is awesome every year, and realistically, where's the creativity in that? Oh yeah, they can feed me the same shit all over and over and over and over and over, and I love it. That's all gaming has to be. You know, bullshit.
Mm-hmm. What did you see what Treyarch is talking about here? that they're saying that Black Ops 2 multiplayer innovates. It is innovating, and it's going to be not the same game. It's going to have all this great new stuff, and
It's
more
going to have
depth.
dedicated servers and mod tools and all this same blow it out your ass shit that they said last time. And in the end, all you're going to get is you're going to get a fancy fucking commercial that's going to run over and over and over for the next fucking 6 months, and a piece of shit in the box. Oh, but if you spend $400, you get the piece of shit and a remote control helicopter.
See more reviews at MODSonline.com.
There are pages.
Yeah. I don't know. I literally, when it comes to Call of Duty, I literally don't even read the news posts anymore. I just don't care.
Cringe a little.
Like I saw a tweet the other day about something about what would be if you could have any game mode in the new Call of Duty, what would it be? And I didn't actually put this, but I thought about saying that could we have Call of Duty 1.1 mode where it's free and good
And awesome.
yeah.
What would be
It's
good
just like-
would be the BAS game mode. Let's see you implement that, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Base assault. Classic UO game type. But
Yeah,
you
but
know
that
what? They
requires
can't do it.
thinking.
That requires thinking, and it requires the fact that you can't have a map for just 16 players that's the size of a fucking pizza box.
But what they can do is they can push new ports, such as the one they're pushing over to Mac. They've got Black Ops hitting Mac. That's their next big deal.
Yeah.
Black Ops. The Applegate story.
Only the hipsters have Macs, and they just want to play Minecraft.
Yeah.
There is
Minecraft.
actually, you know what? My son showed me something on YouTube, and it was somebody griefing in Modern Warfare 2. And fuck, I never laughed so hard in my life, because this dude, he guy's standing in the corner, so he walks and stands in front of him, so he's trapped the guy in the corner. And the guy is just screaming at him, and he's like,
I think I've seen that,
I don't know. Oh, what's over there? And he just like keeps turning, but he makes it so the guy can't get around him at all. It's so.
Is that the one when he's getting the guy to talk to the sink? I'll let you go, but you got to talk to the sink. Go on, talk to the sink. this guy chatting to the sink for 5 minutes.
I remember seeing one that I think was for TF2, and the guy would, if you've ever played, like the spawn rooms had like shuttered doors that would go up and down like this. But if you jumped at the right moment, you could block the shuttered door, so that it wouldn't open unless you physically moved out of it. And yeah, I saw one where a guy would jump in that, and he'd be asking people questions like, "What's the capital of Spain?" And people just, what? Tell me the answer, and I shall let you go. It was pretty funny. And it was a similar thing, like, bark like a dog, go on, and then I'll let you go.
It's funny until you're caught in that situation, then you rage quit.
But that was funny. Like, the guy could have killed himself, like just drop a grenade, kill yourself, and the other guy. But no, no, he sat there screaming at the guy.
Unless it's Ricochet, and he can't.
Uh-oh.
On some modes, you can't kill other players. Oop.
Adobe
what's that?
Flash has crashed.
Well, you're not the only one it looks like.
No, mine's fine.
Okay, so I also want to point out though how you guys started or Breesy started to mention Minecraft in there. How there are some like interesting Borderlands 2 Easter eggs, because Borderlands 2 is out. I don't know how many of you have actually gotten the chance to play. I think all of us here, except for Ham, has played Borderlands 2.
Ham loves it. Ham loves Borderlands 2.
All right, so he has
Absolutely.
played it, and it's not his favorite game, unfortunately. But that's all right. You know what? To be honest, I will say that I was expecting
they
more.
didn't force feed me a commercial.
I was expecting more out of Borderlands 2. I thought there would be a little more difference. The visuals are definitely different. The interaction with the menus are definitely different. How much of a likeness to a console port is a bit different than Borderlands 2. But other than that, it really is just the same game, and that is a little bit disappointing. But They do have some interesting Easter eggs, so if you avert your eyes if you're worried about being a little bit spoiled on this one. But speaking, avert your ears as well. Okay. Speaking of Minecraft, if you go through the game here, you can find your way into a special little place that lets you into a Minecraft game world of Borderlands.
Why?
Well, they're playing homage to Minecraft and making and giving you an Easter egg, and this is, I guess, what the people who made Borderlands like so much that they decided to make a Minecraft area. You know, it might be like one of us putting together our own game and then having a an Easter egg that suddenly puts you into like a Killing Floor scenario. You know, we enjoy Killing Floor, so there's a little homage to Killing Floor because we enjoy it.
It doesn't surprise me with Borderlands because the amount of stuff they just put in there, all the movie references and stuff. I suspect they'd do things like this.
It's neat.
Yeah. And there should be other Easter eggs in there, so hopefully that didn't spoil it too much for you. Okay. Now, you know what? I know we're running a little bit late here, but I also wanted to pick up on a topic that we kind of missed last week that that I believe actually Welshy threw into the mix, and now I'm trying to find that topic that has to do with ARMA 3 and the developers.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Yes, okay, I found it. Now, this article goes on to talk about ARMA 3 and how the developers were apparently arrested for spying on the military in Greece. Taking notes on how to make games and make them more military-like, and
Well, no, it was they were photographing an airfield. They're basing. ARMA's always done. Their maps are based on real places.
Mhm.
The Russian one was somewhere in like Prague or something like that, and so on and whatever. And the Operation Arrowhead was like Afghanistan and the Green Zone or something like that. So they actually go to the places and take photos. And this one is in some sort of Greek island. I can't remember what it's actually called. So they're taking reference photos, and they're obviously photographing like military installations.
Mm-hmm.
The government were kind of like, well, no, you can't really do that. But what I find interesting about it is, well, are they not? Because surely you have to get some sort of work permit,
I guess.
or at least tell the government what you're doing in the country. And say, well, we're taking
Yes, that you
photographs for
should
a
do.
video game.
Yep. Like me, when I
But
wrote my
it
books.
later went on that they weren't actually there working. That was the later news, that they were just there on holiday.
Oh.
And it was just like
See, this
holiday
is-
snaps. But apparently you can only see the base right in the background.
Mhm.
But that's what I read up about it a bit later on.
Well, there might be a big crackdown when it comes to making these military games and where they get their sources. There's news coming from the development of the next model of Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor Warfighter is having issues with military personnel who are supposed to be helping them make the game and make it more realistic, more military-like. So they hire these people who were in the military, Navy SEALs, and to help them put this game together and make it more realistic. And these people are getting in trouble for doing so because they're
the thing with
releasing
this one
secrets.
is- well, I spoke to Fox about this briefly with the last Medal of Honor, because that was one of the things they would like kind of toting as a setup. You know, we talked to the actual guys that do this for real, and I spoke to Fox about it, like how real is it? And he's like, well, yeah, it isn't really. He actually said to me if he was those guys, he'd be a little bit embarrassed at the kind of the way that game came out. So don't always kind of assume that, oh, they've been talking, because I'm sure they do it for Call of Duty.
Mhm.
They get in
Oh yeah,
that
I
guy
know
whose name I don't remember.
Right, they do it. Yeah, sure.
But I think the thing with Greece is, I think, didn't this happen before?
I don't know, but it sounds like
Previously
something
was
that Greece
the
somebody
thing
went,
about.
The thing about that whole Grease thing, the more you read into it, they were driving by and they took a picture and it's a picture, 2 pictures and a video of them leaving the airport, and in the background you can see one hangar. It's not that they were spying or anything, and they said it's so that those pictures and that video probably exists on millions of people, film and computers and things like that. People that have visited Greece. There's nothing saying, "Oh, you can't take pictures over here." Okay, well, we won't take pictures. There's nothing that says that, and then they're all, they're in jail for being a tourist, whatever. And yes, you're right. It has happened in Greece. It's overzealousness of protecting Greek military secrets. Like, what the fuck? Are they going to salad you to death? I apologize to any Greek nationals that were offended by that.
I'm sure you do. We didn't offend
I
everyone
do.
yet today.
I you know what?
That's just what I was
I
thinking.
may
though,
offend a
doesn't
lot of people daily, but I try and make one situation right. Today is not your fucking day, Breesy.
Yeah, I just thinking that.
Yeah. All right. Are there any other topics or anything else you want to mention before we wrap up the show? Looks like Ham has something to say. The look on his face is like, I got some things.
Well, I only have one thing, and that's I got into the Hawk and Alpha, and yeah, I gave it a chance. One thing I should say is that it's definitely an alpha. It's not a beta. It's not one of those things where you get into it and the idea is to have fun while they spot bugs. It's more like this is really an alpha, and we need you to help give us suggestions about what to fix, what not to fix. When you exit the game for the first time, it opens up your browser and takes you to a survey about like how your game experience was and what you need to change and what was okay. It's very much an alpha state, but it has a lot of potential. And I guess it's supposed to be out in a few months in December, right? That's when it's supposed to be done.
That game, I think, is going to be one that the Oculus Rift is going to do well on.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely see that working for it.
Because you're controlling, in essence, you're controlling your movements separate of where you're looking because you're inside of a cockpit. So I can see that being advantageous.
Yeah. It looks good. There's a lot of stuff missing. The gameplay is surprisingly tactical for what it is. It's got an arcade feel to it. There's not a lot of stuff to manage, and everything's pretty quick. But it's still got that sort of clunky mechanical mech feel that you will want, that people that like those games like. So it looks like it's headed in the right direction. It looks like they're asking all the right questions and doing all the right stuff.
Do you think it looks like something that would have been easy to build?
No.
If you had the idea. No. Okay.
No. There's
on the surface it kind of looks that way, but I think if you really got into it, it wouldn't.
There's I think 3 maps right now, at least that I've seen. 2 are textured and I guess maybe they're being polished or optimized, and there's one that's pretty much, I think it's like the name of the map is Alpha something, and it's just blocks and cubes pretty much. Like there's no textures for hardly anything, and you can see how basic the layout of everything is, but once they throw in that layer of polish and everything looks so complex and crazy, you can tell there's a lot of work at the very least gone into the artwork. Mm-hmm. Maybe the gameplay itself is rather simple, but the artwork is wow.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Anything else? Anybody?
Natural Selection 2.
What about it?
It's fun. Buy it.
There we are. Topic done.
Okay.
I've been playing the beta. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get in on it.
Too
but
slow.
Yeah, good times.
Okay, then I guess I'm going to wrap up. I want to say thank you to our hosts for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much, Breesy, for joining us.
No problem.
Welshy, thank you for joining us this morning.
No problem.
All right, Stryder, thank you for joining us today.
Uh,
And Ham, thank you very much for joining us today.
You are welcome.
Watching those Star Wars movies.
Well, finally, I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com for making this show possible. And we'll be back next week with a whole bunch more stuff to talk about. So enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern when we will broadcast another live show on livestream. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@MODSonair.com, and please consider subscribing to MODSonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Okay, so now this little bit, I think, is from someone who's played far too much Call of Duty on the Xbox.
Damn it, who keeps knifing me? Damn it, stop knifing me, Rosie ABC. Yeah, real mature. Ah!
I'm not going to back.
Wait. How old are you?
I'm 3 years old.
3?
No.
Ah, why do you kids ruin these games? Every time I play online, I have to deal with some young punk being an asshole.
I'm sorry you suck.
I don't suck. I can't play this as much as you because I have work and responsibilities.
No.
God damn it, Rosie! It's not funny. You're ruining this game.
I teabag your face.
Teabagging? Really?
I teabag your face. I teabag your face. I teabag your face.
You're a little bastard. You know that?
Tell me how I must taste.
What? Oh, are you singing the Trollolo song? Trolling isn't funny. It's annoying and trite.
You can eat my
Where do you kids learn this language? Oh, that's it. You're going down, Rosie. This is going to be for all the gamers out there who just want to get online and have a good time, but are subjected to insults from kids. I am going to stomp a new...
teabag.
Oh, up yours, Rosie! Fuck this game, I quit!
Right flip.
I just rage quit because of a 3-year-old.
I don't understand the face changes, but there you go.
I do it for the Lord.
Okay, so there you go, everyone. Have a great week.
Or a great Sunday, if you know your week's going to be crappy.